everybody, welcome to this new course about how to choose a new language to learn. This course is for all levels of language learners, and the goal of this course is to help you find out which language you could learn next, if it is a second language or a new language if you already speak several languages. As there are over 6,500 spoken languages and over 300 sign languages in the world, you might be unsure of which language to learn next. So in this course, I will give you 10 criteria to help you find out your next language to learn. You will also have a class project to do in order to select the best language for you to learn next, thanks to this criterion. I will share a document to use and I will show you an example on how to use it with my own selection. So let's get started. Now let's have a look at 10 criteria to select your next language to learn. Number 1, spoken or sign language. Do you want to speak or sign the language? You might already know a couple of spoken languages and you are unsure of what to learn now, but why not looking at learning sign language for the language you already speak? As sign language is not universal, you can learn it for different languages and even dialects. On the other side, you might only have your mother tongue and wish to know more about speaking other languages. So this is the first step. Choose if you are interested in a spoken or a sign language. Number 2, your family origins. Now think about your origin. Are your parents from a different country? Or maybe your grandparents or your great-grandparents? Learning a language spoken by other members of your family could be an important criteria. It is part of who you are, and you might have more chances to also speak the language on a regular basis. Even if the relatives who used to speak that language are not there anymore, it is part of the story of your family. It's more a personal choice, and it might keep the history of your family for generations, as you could also teach it to your children one day. This criteria comes from the fact that we are more likely all descendants of different origins, so why not learn more about it? It is who we are. Number 3, where you currently live or study. Now, depending if you are currently living or studying abroad, this might apply to you. You could be living in a country where you don't know the language. The example I can think of is usually English speakers having the opportunity to live or study abroad for a year or more, and only speaking English, as they are in a country where they could manage only speaking English, like in Germany or in most Scandinavian countries, as many people do speak English there. So why not taking advantage of it? You would have all the benefits around you, native speakers to talk to, TV and radio to watch and listen, books to read. You could immerse yourself totally, which is the best way to learn and practice a language. Number 4, the culture. So you still don't know which language to learn, but you love Japanese culture, for instance. You love the Japanese manga, or maybe you love the French romantic films, or the German metal music. So why not go a step forward? Everything from the culture of a country can be reused to learn a language. So instead of watching your favorite foreign film in English, you could actually watch them in their original language, with or without subtitle, but still in the native language. I have read articles that learning a language just because you like anime, let's say, for learning Japanese. Well, you shouldn't be learning Japanese just for that. Well, there is more than that in the Japanese culture, but any reason or even just one reason is enough for you to start, is enough for you to expand your knowledge, and why not expand this knowledge in the related language? Number 5, the way a language sounds. Have you ever heard people saying that the French language is the sexiest language? That sounds great. Not so much for the German language. Well, it's very subjective, of course, but choosing a language because of the way it sounds is a great idea, as already enjoying hearing it will help you practice and listen to it more easily. Also, learn a language that you think sounds completely different to anything you know. It could be a good challenge. The choice is yours. Number 6. Traveling plan. Are you tired of using Google Translate during your trip? Or maybe asking a friend to always ask something for you in a shop or in a restaurant? Learning a language for traveling is a good reason, as it will help you understand native and share more with them. Or maybe have a look at languages that are spoken in different countries or even continents, like English, French, Spanish, that you're more likely to find on different continents. Or maybe if you always travel to the same destination, concentrate on this language. English is obviously a better option as it is an international language, but sometimes the local language might be a better option, as in France, we're not really good at languages and we keep speaking French, no matter how much you would speak English to us. So think about it. Is the country you're gonna go on holiday is more likely to gonna speak English back to you, or is it worth learning the language of that country? Look at your traveling plans. One language might be more relevant than others. Number 7, proximity and availability. Looking at what language to learn could depend on how close you are to borders with other countries. So from my experience as a child in France, children would choose the language of the country of which border was closer. So for me, Italy was next door, so the choice was made. I've learned Italian. Also, living in the USA, for instance, it might be easier for you to learn French or Spanish than German, because you're close to South America or Canada. Same thing for languages that are spoken in only one country that could be far from you. You need to think, will you ever have the chance to speak with a native? And also, availability is related to cost, as certain languages will have tuition fees that are more expensive if it's taught less than other languages. So make sure you will have the means and the possibility to learn it before starting learning a language that you know won't be possible to be learned. Number 8, are you a linguistic nerd? So do you like grammar? Do you like the way a language is written? Or do you want to learn a language that has a completely different alphabet? So if you're looking for something completely different, why not choose a language like Russian or Chinese or Japanese or even Arabic? Or if you love grammar rules and conjugation to learn, try French, as we are the best in terms of adding grammar rules to anything we say. Try to find where the challenge is, where the novelty is. This actually might be the criteria that you need that will make a difference in choosing your next language. Number 9, business and work. Another reason would be that learning a new language will help you in your career. So you could start with English, as it is an international language, but also French if you live in Europe. But why not Chinese? They also have a huge economic impact. Or also, maybe, some languages are lacking in the industry you work on. Figure out what could highlight your CV and give you the best chances in your career. Nowadays, speaking 2 languages is almost a norm in order to find a job. Finally, the last criteria to look at is the language you already speak and where it comes from. So to explain, languages are part of language family, meaning that their grammar, their pronunciation, their linguistic characteristic, they tend to be similar. So if you're not sure what to learn at home, and you want to learn a simple language, this is what you need to look at. This is what you need to consider. For instance, my first language is French. Therefore, learning Latin languages is easier for me, like learning Italian or Spanish. And starting like this, you could learn a couple of languages from the same language family, and then you could move to a different language family. So for example, after learning different Latin languages, that could be easy for me, like Spanish or Italian, because I speak French in the first place. I could move on to learning Danish and Swedish because they're related, because they belong to the same family. And people who speak several languages, usually they follow that approach to learn as many languages as they can. And lastly, as a quick note, if it's not your second language that you're learning or third language, a quick advice is it's usually easier to learn more and more languages once you've passed 4 languages. That's usually that line to cross is 4 languages. So think about it. If you follow that approach with the language family, find 4 languages or 3 other, let's say, 3 other languages that are part of your language family, you would have achieved the 4 languages already, and then move on to different language family to consider more languages to learn. So that's it for all the different criterion on how to choose a language. In the next video, we're going to have a look at a class project and at a table to actually help you decide which language could be the best to learn for you. Now let's have a look at your class project. So you can download the PDF document that is in the class project section that will give you all the information that you need to know about this class project and how to choose a new language to learn. So what you need to do is you need to complete the table. You need to add different languages that you're thinking of learning. So depending on the criteria, that can give you some ideas, or maybe you already have some ideas but you're not sure. Maybe you want to learn a couple of languages but you don't know which one is the best for you. So just select a couple and then we're going to complete the table. Share your result and let us know which languages you are now planning on learning. I'm really looking forward to actually get that feedback and to see which languages people are planning on learning. It'll be very interesting. But first of all, I'm going to show you how to use the table. So I'm going to put 2 languages that I am planning to learn. However, I don't know which one could be the best one for me to learn first. I could learn both of them at the same time, of course, but I'd rather learn maybe one at a time. So we can see between the 2 languages which language has the most criteria according to the list that I've given. So let's have a look. So this is the table that you can download in the class project section. It summarizes all the different aspects that we've seen in the course, and I've put 2 languages that I'm thinking of learning, which is Polish and Italian. And then all you need to do is actually think of each reason and write down if it's actually interesting about the language that you want to learn. So let's do those 2 for me. I'm just gonna write that down. So let's say for the first criteria was is it a spoken or sign language? In both cases I'm interested in a spoken language, so they're both spoken language, so that doesn't matter. You can, if you had an hesitation between spoken and sign languages, you would write spoken or sign depending on that. The second criteria is this language related to your family origin? So for Polish it is, as my grandparents were Polish on both sides. Italian, it's not. Is it the language of where you currently live? It's not, because I'm based in the United Kingdom, so I'm not taking anything for both languages. Are you interested in the culture related to this language? I would say yes for both, as I do listen to music in Polish and in Italian, so I would put yes, and I've watched movies for both, in both languages. Do you like the way it sounds? It's a yes for both. Do you want to learn it because of some traveling plan? Definitely, because I've been to both countries. I've been in Italy and I've been in Poland, and I've actually tried to speak the language a little bit, just a couple of words, but I'm not fluent, or I'm not even advanced level. So definitely a yes on this. Will it be easy to learn due to availability and proximity? So on this one, I would put yes for Italian, not for Polish, because unfortunately I don't have any native speaker that I can speak with in Polish, and it's not really something that I can speak on a daily basis, so I wouldn't put it as it's very available to me at the minute. Italian, it is a little bit more, as I can speak to Italian speakers at work, so I can use a bit of my Italian skills at work, so I would put a yes for this one. Are you interested in the linguistic part, the grammar, new alphabet, new writing? So for Polish, what's interesting is you've got more letters that you don't have, for instance, in French for me, so that would be definitely a yes. I wouldn't put that for Italian because it's very similar to French, so it's not really something new to me or something that I'm really interested in as much, so I wouldn't put it for that. Will you use this language for work purposes? Polish, definitely no. It's more linked to the origins of my family. I don't see myself using it for work per se. Italian, yes, because it's something that I've tried to use in my previous experiences. And finally, is it a language which is part of the same family of languages that you already speak? Polish, no, it's a Slavic language. Italian is a Latin language, and my first language is French. It's a yes. So you can just look at that, and if you're really unsure, I don't know which language I want to speak, I don't really know which language I want to learn, you can just look at it. So for Polish, I have 6 criteria. Italian, I have 7. So technically, it would be more interesting for me to learn Italian. I have more interest in it. So it's a good way to have a look at that. So you can do the same thing. Look at each criteria that can give you ideas of languages that you could learn in the first place if you don't have any. Then put them in the column of different languages and tick them according to your interest. You can put more than 2, that's just an example from the document, but you can print the document more than once and add more languages if you need to. So that's your class project if you want to have a look at it, and please don't forget to share it back in the section so we can have a look at the different results that we're going to get from different students. Thank you very much. So well done everybody, we are at the end of the course, so let's have a look at what we've done today. So now you know how to choose a new language to learn depending on the following criterion that we've seen. So let's summarize what we've seen. So you can look if it is a sign or a spoken language, if it is related to your origins, if it is where you live, it is the language where you live, if you have an interest about the language culture, you like the way it sounds, if it is related to traveling plans, if it depends on the availability of learning the language, if it's about your interest about linguistics, grammar or alphabets, if it can help you for work purposes, and if you already speak a language from the same family language. Remember that you can always help yourself choosing a new language through these criterions, and also select a couple of languages and see which languages is related to the most criterions to make your decision. Learning a language should not be a burden, but something that you will enjoy and that will bring personal growth and help you expand your knowledge. So I hope you enjoyed this course. Don't forget to share your results in the discussion section and let me know which language you're planning on learning soon. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye.